What's up everyone, Erica here, and I'm back today with another video for you. So for today's video, I am going to be discussing with you all an experience that my family and I did back in December in Disneyland. I'm talking about the VIP tour over at Disneyland and DCA, also known as the Plaid experience or the Plaid tour, or the people that walk around in plaid and you don't know what's going on, who are they guiding. I'm going to be breaking all that down for you today. If this is by chance the first time you are stopping by my channel, welcome. My name is Erica. I love to share my insight with you on Disney, mom life, makeup tips and tricks, some vlogs here and there. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around so you don't miss any of my future videos. So I did get a lot of questions about us doing this experience. I opened it up on my Instagram and I asked you all if you had questions for me. I put that little question marker and I did get quite a few questions, so I'm going to be answering those for you today. For some reason, I feel like there isn't that much information on the VIP tours. I don't really know why, so I figured now would be a great time to not only answer these questions that you guys had for me, but also kind of give my overall opinion of the experience. So starting out with the experience itself, we, as in my mom, my husband, my daughter, and I all went to Disney during the Christmas season, and this is important information for you to know. We went in a very Disney's peak season, if you will. I think it's even more crowded than summertime. I think Christmas is like their time that they hit capacity big time, because everybody loves the magic of Disney at Christmas. Duh, there's no like mystery there. We stayed at the Grand Californian from December 6th through December 8th, so a Friday through a Sunday. And we did the Plaid experience on Saturday, December 7th. Something else to keep in mind, this was the weekend that the candlelight processional was going on, so it was going to be crowded. So we were very prepared for that, to say the least. Crowds during Christmas time were just insane, so we knew we like bucked up and were ready to take on the crowds. The whole planning and doing the plaids during this time, I would pretty much, if you're thinking about doing one of these tours, I would pick doing a tour during these hectic times during the summer. If you're on summer break, that would be a great opportunity to do it, because it is very crowded during the summer, but also during Christmas time, because the crowds are insane, like I said, and you have somebody that is able to kind of maneuver you and get you to the front of the line and all that good stuff. So we went on the tour with our friend Christine, her mom, her cousin's husband, and their 2 little boys. So there was a group of 10 of us. I personally had a really great time. We had annual passes for a while, and then I got pregnant and then we stopped. We have them now again, but you know, we know Disneyland fairly well. I wouldn't say I'm like the most know-it-all expert in the world, but I will say I feel like I know Disneyland and DCA pretty well. So I really enjoyed being there during the Christmas time and not having to deal with the chaos that much. So I think the way that I'm gonna go about this is answer your questions, and then I will kind of go into my opinion a little bit more and my experience with it as we're kind of discussing it. So one question I received is, do they take you through the back of Disneyland? No, they did not do any type of like secret behind the scenes, nothing like that. Me, for some reason, I was thinking that. I did go into this tour thinking that there was gonna be a little more like secrecy behind it, like not, you know, having access to things that maybe not every other person does, but that wasn't really what it was. So no, we didn't get to see any like secret passages or anything like that. Jossam asks, do they offer plaid vests for the groups to wear so no one gets lost? It's gonna be a no for me, dog. So no, unfortunately, they don't offer you those adorable plaid outfits. And okay, I'm just gonna go over this with you. This was not a question that anybody asked, but it was a question that I asked. I asked if, because we had a female and she wore a vest with a skirt. I will tell you guys, it was raining a little bit that day and it was cold. I mean, cold for like us Californians, okay? But I did ask her, you know, how do you pick? Like, are you, because you're a female, required to wear the dress? And she said no. It is preference. She is able to wear pants, but she just felt personally that it looks a little more professional. She likes the kind of old school look that Walt kind of designed for it, so she wanted to stick with that, and I appreciate her answer because let's keep Walt's vision alive at all costs, right? So no, we don't get to wear the fetching plaid vests that they wear, but if you have seen my vlog of the trip, you might have seen me wearing my plaid Christmas ears, so Emma and I were just matching all day long. Jocelyn also asked, did you guys get to experience behind the scenes areas like other types of tours? So I kind of already addressed that. No, not really, we didn't. But I will say that she was very helpful with like giving us little tips here and there. She was very knowledgeable about her Disney facts. But I will say the friend that we went with is very into knowing like the secrets and unknown history of Disneyland, and I feel like my friend was not very impressed with her facts. That sounds mean, but I'll kind of get into that shortly. But no, we didn't get into any sort of like secret passageways like I had mentioned previously, but she was very knowledgeable, but we weren't taken aback by any of the information that she had to give. Like nothing was like, oh my God, we'd never heard that. It was like, oh yeah, I saw somebody post a fact about that like on Instagram before. Like, I think we were a little bit expecting just a little more. And the reason I'm saying that is I'm gonna kind of get into the process of how you book this tour. So my friend that I'm mentioning, her name is Christine, she booked the tour for us. Like I said, she is very gung-ho Disney. We have that in common, it's great. We just, obviously we share that love for Disney. So I did go ahead and call Christine ahead of time, and I kind of interviewed her a little bit to ask her what is the process on booking this tour. Now, I will say that the number one question I got on this whole experience is, how much is this tour? And I didn't want to be like braggy about it and talk about it, but I did get it asked, like a lot of people, a lot of you requested to know. So I will be discussing that. This is in no way to be like braggy at all. This was part of our Christmas gift. It was a very generous Christmas gift. So before you're thinking like Erika's over here rolling in it, I am not. My mom and I are very big fans of doing experiences, things that we have never done before, experiencing Disney in a way that we haven't done before. She is all about giving Juliana the life of luxury, if you couldn't already piece that together yourself. So anyway, we're very fortunate to have done this tour, needless to say, because it was amazing. So Christine went on the Disneyland website, and on the main page, I think the drop down says things to do, and from there she clicked on events and tours, and from there is a phone number that you can reach, you know, the person to book this tour. It is called the VIP tour, and I gotta be honest with you guys, for the longest time I didn't think that these tours were open to just any and everybody. I will never forget, I saw Meg Ryan with her whole team of security, and she had the plaids with her. That's what I'm saying. I feel like these tours aren't spoken about a lot, so it just kind of leads everyone to believe that only like celebs get this. No, they are open to the public, but they are at kind of a hefty price. So I'm wondering if maybe that's why like not everyone wants to do it. Not everybody needs a guided tour of Disneyland, which I totally understand. So from there, Christine said it was very easy, a very simple process. She spoke to somebody, you know, and booked it. So for the tour itself, it is one guide per 10 people. So as I mentioned before, there were 10 of us. We obviously planned it that way. The VIP tour does not include admission into the parks. So you will need to purchase a park hopper ticket if you want to experience both parks during the tour. I do believe that you can buy just a one-day park ticket and the tour guide will just stay in that park with you. But if you want to do, you know, both parks, which obviously you're able to do, that you can park hop with them, everybody in your party needs to buy a ticket, a park hopper ticket for that day. One thing that I did want to mention to you all is Juliana counted as part of that 10. So even though Juliana is under the age where she requires a ticket to enter the parks, she is still a body that is on this tour. So we brought 3 kids with us, and I believe Juliana and one of the little boys were free to enter the park. And so if you're thinking like, oh, there can be 10 of us and we all have like 3 kids that are under the age that require, you know, admission into the parks, no, it doesn't work that way. The way that they count it is there are 10 bodies on this tour. So, ooh, that sounds kind of creepy. 10 bodies in this doom buggy. So for clarification, we did not need to buy Juliana a ticket to get into the parks, but she was included in the group of 10 people that were on the tour. So as soon as Christine went ahead and booked this, they started emailing her. They were in contact with her, asking her, okay, look, what is it that you want this tour to be? Are you new to Disneyland? Do you not know much about it? Do you want to have it very structured, or do you want it to be kind of like an organic, loose kind of day where you kind of just do whatever you guys see fit, that kind of thing? So obviously we are all very well versed in Disneyland and DCA, so you know, we didn't want to get on certain attractions like this is a must do. There were some, but it wasn't anything really crazy. It was kind of like we wanted to do as many attractions as we could do. On our bucket list was for sure taking Juliana to meet Mickey. That was like high up there on our list, and you know, the little boys that were with us as well definitely wanted to meet Mickey. So that was pretty much the only requirement, I think. So for dining at Disney, they give you a 60-day window before your visit to start booking your dinner reservations, your meal reservations. And so what they did is they contacted Christine a week before that 60-day mark and said, hey, is there any kind of special dining you guys want to do, like Blue Bayou for example, anything like that, please let us know so we can be on top of it to make sure that is part of your tour within your day. It will count as part of your time that you are on this tour. So since we had 3 little ones with us, we didn't see that it was necessary to stop and have dinner. We are all big on the Disney snacks, corn dogs, popcorn, churros, the works. We don't need to sit down and have a fancy dinner, but that is an option that they are willing to do for you. So they really are super accommodating. They want to know all the specifics about you, what you're looking for in this tour guide. Christine did mention to me that you can request a tour guide that is fluent in Spanish or in Japanese, and they will do their best to accommodate that as well. But as far as picking your guide, that's not really it. I know that Christine, really the only thing that she had requested was that she did mention that we are all pretty Disney savvy, and we love knowing, you know, all the fun tidbits, the secrets of Disney. So she did tell the person that was booking our tour guide that we would love that, somebody that was just very knowledgeable and stuff like that. So I guess that was something that we weren't very pleased with. She had just kind of gone over a lot of information that we already knew, and we were hoping to just to be a little more wowed with the information. I don't know if that makes sense. And I hope I'm not coming off like snooty or anything. It's just, if you're requesting somebody who's like a super expert on the parks and then you get somebody that knows like equally as much as you do, it's kind of like, okay. But she was plenty friendly, very Disney, you know, she had that Disney flair, very positive, very chipper and very peppy. Something else that we were very excited to do was we did request that we wanted to see the parade, the Christmas parade at Disneyland. So we did have reserved seating, and that was right in front of the castle, which was amazing because, as I've said a million times, we went during Christmas time, which is crazy packed. Usually JD and I don't even bother watching a parade because there's nowhere to sit. You're, you know, looking over somebody that has their kid on their shoulders. It's just impossible. So it was really nice to be able to have reserved seating right in front of the castle. We were able to take some pictures in front of the castle before the parade started. I did vlog this trip, so I will leave the vlog linked here and in the description box below in case you don't want to click out of this video just yet, because it's just so good. Kind of going off of the like them planning the trip for you, Jossam also asked, how is lunch taken care of, provided with the tour, etc.? No, it is not included in the tour, but like I said, you can. If there are certain places that you do want to eat, you can do that. But for us, we were like, no, with the kids, it's not worth it. And also, we don't want to eat up our time on the tour, like doing that, right? So they're obviously there to be your tour guide. So wherever you want to eat, it's kind of up to the tour guide if they want to sit and eat with you. I know that we definitely ate corn dogs while we watched the parade because that's just what you do. I don't think she ate then, but it was Festival of the Holidays, so there were so many things that I was so excited to try. One of them was the macaroni and cheese with the cornbread stuffing crumble on top. So Emma and I both ate that and it was really good. You don't have to pay for the cast member, you don't. Mickey covers that charge for them, which is great. They can eat with you, and I think if they don't want to, they obviously don't have to. They can just stay with you or whatever. The tour guide will stay with you all day. So JD took Juliana back to the room for her nap. My mom and I stayed with Christine and her family and Emma, and we did attractions in DCA, which was great. Another question I received was, what attractions did you do? Y'all, we did a ton of them. We did, I want to say, almost everything I wanted to do in DCA. We did so many attractions in DCA. It was crazy. Toy Story Midway Mania. I'm thinking of the Jessie's Critter Carousel. Oh, I did the Emotional Whirlwind for the first time, the Inside Out attraction. We got on Guardians of the Galaxy, which is my favorite, and I don't think I had been on since before I was pregnant, so that was amazing. I was so bummed that I did not get Jackson 5 ABCs because the cart next to us had it. So it's not a myth, it does exist, you guys. We got to do attractions that always have the longest queues ever, like Peter Pan. So that was really fun to put Juliana on that. So we were able to get on so many attractions. It was amazing. We had such a good time. One of the questions also that my friend Bree asked is, did you get to pick where you wanted to go, or was the tour already laid out for you? So as I mentioned, you can pick that on your own. You can have them completely do all the work for you, which is, I can see the beauty in that. If you do Disney so often, or if you have never been, it's great to just leave this in their hands and they can lay out the perfect Disney day for you, but on their terms. So you can be as specific or not specific at all, and they will do any and everything to meet your needs. Now that I have gone through the questions here, I am going to get down to the main question that I was asked, and that is, what is the cost? How much did it cost, and how many people did it come with? What did that include? This isn't really something that I was going to get into, but I did get a lot of questions about it, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the cost. Just like the regular admission tickets into Disneyland, it is going to range when it comes to the peak seasons of the parks. So if it's during the summer and if it's during Christmas time is like my biggest bet, those ticket prices are gonna jump, so the tour prices are gonna jump. It is an hourly rate between $475 to $650 an hour. They do require you to do at least 7 hours. I believe we did 8. So as I had previously mentioned, it is one tour guide for 10 people. So again, if you had 20 people, you would need 2 tour guides, so you would double that fee. You know, you can do the math here. So since we went during a very high peak time, we did do the $650 an hour rate. And if you're curious about the rates, you can always head to the Disneyland main page, as I had mentioned before, on how to find it. You can call and get some information on pricing. I would say my best bet is to check on the ticket prices, and if there's peaks and you know it's jumping up in price, it's because it's a peak season, so it might be a little bit more expensive for the tour as well. Some information that wasn't the easiest to find was, do these tour guides accept tips? When you go on these tours, do they accept tips? I did ask my friend AJ, and she has a friend who is a plaid tour guide, which is great because it's so nice to have that insight from a cast member or a tour guide themselves. And he told AJ told me that yes, they do accept tips. So that was kind of good information for us. So yeah, because that information wasn't really out there and provided to us, and it is kind of like a preference thing, I wanted to put that out there that yes, they do accept tips. I will tell you guys, we got all the stares. We got everyone looking at us like we were celebrities, but that's why I wanted to do this. I was definitely that person that was like, oh, I don't think that we can do this, but we could. So if you do see celebrities with them, you know why. It is a VIP tour. You definitely get the VIP treatment. You do get the front of the line. It did make sense to me why celebrities do it. It is a VIP tour. So very important person tour. It is very convenient, like I said. I know I've said it a million times, but the Christmas season is so overcrowded and just can be an actual nightmare at Disneyland and DCA. So it is it was really nice to have the VIP tour then. I do want to say that I did really enjoy doing this VIP tour. I felt like it was worth it. I mean, if you're watching this and you are a huge Disney person, I think doing these kind of experiences is just something, a way to kind of keep Disney new to you and just experience things that you haven't done before, or crossing things off your bucket list. I know I definitely have a Disney bucket list, and this was crossing something off of it for sure. And I don't want to come off unappreciative. Our tour guide was very sweet and very knowledgeable, and we did enjoy her company and getting to know more about the parks. So if it is something that you're interested in, it is something that I definitely recommend. Just get a bunch of friends together, but no more than 9 friends, and it's a really good time. So speaking of Disney bucket lists, my friend Heather over at the Disney Housewife did do a video talking about Disney bucket list things, so I definitely want to film that video, things that I have done and things I am definitely dying to do. Another bucket list Disney experience that I got to check off my list was back in 2017 when I got to experience Club 33. That is not something that I have filmed a video about yet, so I would be happy to do that. It was a great experience and I would love to share that with you all, so please let me know if that is something that you want to see. If you guys enjoyed this video, or if it gave you any information or answered any questions that you might have been curious about, please be sure you give it a big thumbs up. I would love to get that feedback from you all. And if you have any other questions that I did not discuss in this video, please leave them down for me in the comments below, and I will be happy to discuss it all with you in the comments. I really hope that this video did not come off braggy or me trying to flex on you all, like, yeah, we did the VIP tour, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to put this information out there because, as I had mentioned earlier, I feel like there wasn't that much information out there on the tour. So I hope that this video was helpful to you in some way. If you have made it to the end of the video, I applaud you. Thank you for just hearing me gnaw on about this tour. And if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, I would so appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Hit that thumbs up. And if you're sitting here looking at me like, Erica, I've already hit that subscribe button, what more do you want from me? Go ahead and click that little notification bell. That way you are always notified when I've got some new content for you to watch. All right, that is going to do it for me. I don't have anything else to say in this moment right now. I'm sure I have plenty more to say, but not more that you need to hear. As always, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back for the next one. Bye.